afternoon. I'm Tina Laster, and you're in our kitchen here at Laster Farm. And today we are getting these tomatoes done up that we have had sitting on our counter ripening up all last week or so. And we had picked 3/4 of a bushel, and so we're about right at a bushel probably of tomatoes, but we've given some away, so we're, you know, maybe a little less than that, but it's probably going to be about 2 of these pots full time we get them processed. Right now this is heating up, and we got them in here and we're loosening the jackets on them. And what we're making today is just some regular pasta sauce. This is your Mrs. Wages, and this is a good dependable brand that I use, you know, a lot, because it's just convenient. It's got everything that we like in these spices, and it's just so easy just to get it and grab it off the shelf. Even though I have probably all the spices to make up this pack in my pantry, but it's just convenient to grab one of these, and the kids like the taste of it as well. So we're gonna get some pasta made up. I've got 3 packs of these, and so whatever, you know, that will make up. So I've got 2 pots, and I'll probably just pour one of these in each one of my pots over there, and then we'll just, you know, see if it needs any more spices added to it. It probably doesn't, because we can always add spices after we take it out of the jar if it needs a little something. And also, this week you saw me pick my banana peppers. You know, they're still not big enough out there to go back out and pick another handful, but these, I'm going to get these worked up right now, and we're going to come back and in a few minutes and see what we've got going on here with these tomatoes and see how far along we are. So I'm going to shut the camera off right now, and then we'll be back with you in just a minute. I could go outside and I could pick some more peppers off of that if I need a little bit to fill up these jars. Make sure they're down in there good. But we'll have to see. I hate to pick those out there because I want them to get a little bit bigger. That way we'll have more quantity to go in our next jars. I love to can, I love to preserve, I love to put back food for my family, you know. I mean, I know that we have freezers and we have things in our freezers like our meat and stuff, but I still like to can my meat up, and I'm going to start working on that, because you never know what's going on in the world today. And, you know, the electricity and all that could be cut off. We could be having to live off grid. You just never know what's going to take place. So at least we'll have some things done up and be prepared for something to happen. I know it's easier to go out to the supermarket and buy things off the shelf, but right now the prices in our area are getting ridiculously high. It's nothing to go to the store and spend $100 on nothing.
It's not as good as homemade either.
No, it's not. It's not as good as what Grandma used to make. Grandma could cook. Grandma could cook some food, and one reason why is because she had to make everything from scratch.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Tina can cook too.
Thank you, honey. But, you know, my mother can cook. Oh my goodness, my mother, she's a great cook. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, all of them were just so good at it. So good at making things. And ain't Donna and Tammy, I don't think there's anybody in our family that just couldn't cook, that wasn't a good cook.
You just get it honest, don't you?
I'm blessed, you know. I'm blessed and thankful that I know how to preserve and put things away, because a lot of people my age that I went to school with, I don't think that they're doing much preserving and canning and putting back. And I'm sure, you know, a lot of them are working a public job too, and it's hard when you work for the public. It's hard to work and want to come home and can, you know. Because when I went, you know, when I worked for the school system, you know, I didn't feel like coming in and working in my garden, and a lot of times my garden got neglected. But anyway, we used to have a big garden, and it took up, I know, at least half acre or more out there. But now, I'm telling you, I'm really pleased with my container gardens. You know, we've been doing the container gardens several years now, and this year was a really good harvest, and I'm pleased with that. Now, one year, I even did the straw bale garden, and that was kind of a mistake. I mean, everything got so dry. Unless you have drip tape in those straw bales around this area, West Tennessee, everything got so hot that it just burnt everything up, and it just was not profitable to do the straw bale garden. But I remember, you know, my grandmother and my granddaddy, and he would help her, you know, pick the stuff in the garden, and he'd help her shell those peas and the tomatoes. I can remember him sitting out in the backyard, and he'd fix a big old fire, and they would put, you know, their pots out there, and they would get those tomatoes, and they would process those tomatoes out in the yard, you know, and peel all those skins off the tomatoes. I can remember, you know, Granddaddy helping them all do that, and canning up those tomatoes and juice. And, oh my goodness, it was the best juice. I used to be the first one drinking that tomato juice. I loved it when I was a kid. Still do. Still love tomato juice. Okay, I don't have a whole pint, and I think that I'm going to go out there and rob my peppers and fill up this jar. Or what I could do, and I think that's what I'll do, I'll set this jar in my refrigerator, put my top on it, and set it in there until later on this week, and I will get the rest of those peppers, because they'll be bigger out there and ready to harvest probably in 2 or 3 days, because they're about this long now, and I would like for them to be bigger. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just stick this over there, put a top on it, and get this put away until I can fill it up. And now I'm going to add water to this, and then I'm going to top this off and put it over here in this canner and let that go for about 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, have we got a timer we can set this?
Yeah.
Okay. Got that in the canner, and I probably need to add some more water to that.
30 minutes?
Okay.
Is that what you want?
15 on those peppers. And discard these tops to my chicken bucket. you, I do not know how these gnats get in our house, but anytime you have tomatoes or any type of produce that is soured or anything, they can find their way in. And over there on my pig bucket, there's gnats. And so, anyway, let me grab some of these and get started taking these skins off. And they are definitely hot. Hot, hot, hot. But they're so much easier to get off once they are soaking in that pot. Just take those skins. Whoops. I was going to throw it in there and then
Yeah, I like
it's made us. But they're so easy to get off. And then you take the core out of the center. You just cut that core out and discard it. But these tomatoes haven't had a very big core. You know, they're shallow. Like this one is real shallow. But it was just big because this was a big tomato. I mean, you will be surprised the people that have never seen this done. And I guess I've just, you know, grown up with it all my life. Every summer, this was a thing at our house, you know, canning all summer. And hot weather and Mama's face being so red from going out there and us picking in the garden. And but a lot of times Daddy would go out there and pick, and me and Mama would be in, you know, processing or whatever. Daddy was really good about helping her in the garden because that was his thing. Now, his garden was the best garden in West Tennessee. I mean, it just, there's nobody that could garden like Billy Sweat. And that garden was perfect. There wasn't a grass in that garden. And his garden was, you know, it was a big garden. It was, you know, over a half an acre or more. And which everything grew so much bigger down there in that bottom. That soil was so rich.
It was wet.
And it was kind of damp. It just seems like that ground didn't soak up the water like it does around here, and it was just kind of just a good soil. Well, it's still in the 90s here in West Tennessee. It's been staying around 95. And today, the kids have Eli's little friend over. She stayed the night last night, and they're out riding the 4x4 around and just spending some time together before school starts back. Got any that need to go in this that I need to mix up?
I have.
Okay, let me take those and put those in here. Let me just use this. Well, let me use your fork. Ladies, does your husbands help y'all with the gardening around the homestead? Now, I know there's a lot of women on there that their husbands don't help them in the canning department. They may help harvest the food, but what about canning? Just leave me a little comment saying, hey, my husband helps me can all the time. Just leave me a little comment. Okay, I'm going to get this done up. And I want to thank y'all. I can thank you over and over and over, but you'll never know how much it means to me for y'all subscribing to my channel. That just really tickles me. Every day, you know, I get probably 1 or 2 every day, and I'm just so thankful. I mean, it's just coming in slowly, getting my channel together, but thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and following along. I appreciate that so much. I just can't wait till the next morning so I can go down and check and see if I've got any subscribers, you know. And I know it's a new channel. We just started it the last week or last day in January of this year. And to have 165 subscribers this morning following along with my channel and watching my channel. I know that there's a lot of you that are watching my channels that aren't subscribed, and it is free. Please make you an account and please subscribe to my channel. You don't know how much that would help me. It is free to do that, and it's very simple to do. All you have to do is just click on subscribe and you're subscribed to this channel. And I appreciate that so much, because I just have a small percentage of people that are subscribed that watch my channel. The rest of you are not subscribed. And I just was shocked that, you know, of all the people that are not subscribed to YouTube. But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And anyway, I look forward to seeing what this year is going to do. One of my shows, my pantry show, it's got over 803 views this morning. And it's just only been on there for 2 weeks. And it hasn't went viral or anything like that because we're just a small channel. But I am so thankful for those 800 views, because that helps my channel out so much. And I'm just really excited at what God has planned for us this year. Anyway, I thank you for subscribing.
I need the blender.
Let me
Okay.
do this. Okay, pour the rest of this in our pot. Our pot is almost ready. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see how thick it is. It's pretty thick. I'm gonna see how many. Okay, 6 pounds, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 pack. Okay. You think that that's not gonna be 6 pounds. That's gonna be more like 3 pounds. So I'm gonna put a 1/2 pack of this seasoning into this. Put about 1/2 pack, and then the other half
You
I'm
need a
gonna
scale?
add it to the other pot. Okay. We'll taste it and see if it's gonna be strong enough after we get it going. I need to put 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and do that before I forget to put it in there. I'm gonna go in here and get it out of the pantry because my container over there is just about low. Okay, here is a half a cup. I'll put 1/2 in this one. I'm gonna add the other 1/2 to that pot. Get us 2 pots going. Anyway, you kind of see what we've got going on here. We're going to get these done up, and then we're going to come back. Okay, we're back, and it's lunchtime here, and the kids wanted mac and cheese, and so I've got my homemade mac and cheese. I use 3 packs of about the size of like 3 boxes of mac and cheese. I just use the noodles, and I use like 1 pack of that powder stuff just for a little color. And then I put like 2 cups of milk in it and a whole stick of butter. And I used a whole block, a big block of Velveeta cheese in those mac and cheese. So now I've got some Wright's bacon. I'm frying it up because when I don't use our bacon, our homemade pig, and I use Wright's bacon. I love the flavor of the Wright's bacon, and it's just a really good bacon. It doesn't burn when you fry it up, and some bacon will. And so I'm gonna just make a meal out of the mac and cheese, because a lot of times that's all they want is just mac and cheese. They eat it like it's a soup, the main course. And so I'm frying us up some bacon for the ones that want to top theirs off with some bacon, and that's going to be our lunch today. This morning, the kids kind of slept in because they had a little friend staying over. And after we got out of church last night, we took the kids because they wanted a Mr. Beast box from Zaxby's. And so we did that after church and let them, they had other friends that met us at church and they ate. And then we came home last night and they all bunked out and watched a movie down here in the den. And Eli went upstairs to sleep and the girls, they slept down here. This morning for breakfast, I just fixed up a can of biscuits and fried some sausage and opened one can of cinnamon rolls. And then I was doing something in the living room and like to burn them. They got a little brown, but that's what they had for breakfast this morning. Or they had a choice of cereal. But, and then they haven't been hungry since, and so it's a little bit later today than what we've been usually eating lunch. But we don't really have a set time for lunch, especially through the summer. If they're getting, you know, sleeping in more, just whenever we get up, and then we just calculate so many hours after that in case they get hungry. So right now, Steve just got through finishing up, or he's finishing up the last of the peels over here with our juicer. And we've got 1 whole gallon of juice. And then we've got this that I've got to mix up. Let me go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to put it in our pot. And we've got 1 whole bowl in the canner right now canning, and I've got it on for 30 minutes and it's been there in there for a few minutes, so it should be almost ready to take them out. So this bowl here, it has, like I said, a fourth of a cup of sugar, just regular granulated white sugar, and then a half a pack of this sauce, because this sauce takes up to like 6 pounds or more of tomatoes that I just split it because it's real spicy and I didn't want to over spice this up. So I'm gonna probably add a little bit more to this batch because I do not want it to be too spicy. What I may do with this batch, because this is only a half, I may just put it in the refrigerator, and after we pick tonight, I could add more tomatoes to this tomorrow, because we're going to can up some probably tonight and get those done up. When I say he's canning up, this is what I'm talking about. He has got this colander and this little wooden, I don't know what you call it. He is mashing that down with this little wooden auger. And I don't know what you call it, but anyways, putting it in there. And Aunt Peg had given me this a long time ago. So this is Aunt Peg's little strainer here. She said she wasn't going to use it anymore, so she is giving it to me, and she said if I need to borrow it, I know where to find it. So thank you, Aunt Peg, for letting us have this little strainer, this little colander to juice our tomatoes with. And we're just about through with the tomatoes for today. Get back over here and throw this bacon. Try to crisp it up just a little bit more. It smells wonderful in here. It smells like a, ooh, I've got stuff all over me. It smells like a farmhouse for sure with that bacon cooking. I can remember going down to Mama's or even Mama, you know, in there frying that bacon for breakfast, or that sausage and them homemade biscuits and that molasses. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, that's our 30 minutes on our tomatoes sauce. So let's just pull them on up out of the water. Ooh, it's hot. Let's see if I can get this up without burning myself. All right, got those up. We're gonna let those sit there for about 5 minutes and let them cool down. I'm gonna turn the burner. Well, I'm not gonna turn the burner off because I need to juice up this gallon of juice and get that done. But I think my bacon is just about right. I don't want it real crispy, maybe a little chewy. So got that done up.
Floppy bacon.
Yeah, a little floppy. And I'm gonna drain it out of here. I usually put a paper towel down in here to get some of the oil out of it, but you know, that bacon grease is good for you. As long as it's a natural oil coming from your pig, that lard is good for you. I'm not a doctor, but that's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. I'm just telling you what I like. All right. Anyway, now we've got our mac and cheese ready, and we've got our, let me just scoop this on over, and I need to get my pot out for my juice. I need to get it out.
I think it'll hold that.
I do not. Well, let's see. Let me rinse this out and pour it in this. That way, if this has any seeds or anything in it, still got a little tomato sauce and stuff in it. Okay. There we go. And just pour. I'll hold it. Well, I guess that's about it for today, and we're going to get these canned up, the juice, and I'll see how many jars we're going to have from that. We ended up with 5 whole quarts of the tomato sauce, and we're going to end up with, if I fill this bowl on up, we're going to end up with 5 more quarts, so that's good. I like them in the quarts, especially with our family, you know, to make a big meal. So anyway, we're going to get off of here. We're going to get the kids fed some mac and cheese topped with some bacon, and we're going to get this juice going. And you might see us later on out there in the garden, because we've definitely got to get out there and pick those tomatoes this afternoon. So we're
got Jeff coming to get you about some bees
Oh,
too.
yeah. You might see that this afternoon on video. Steve was down there working on his trencher this morning, and he's allergic, highly allergic to bees. But he ended up getting stung yesterday. And was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning. Because I was going shopping with Eli. He had to go to big oval, what is it, Blue Oval City over on the other side of Brownsville, because they need them all over there for meeting. Anyway, he did that and he got sick and had to come home and take Benadryl. He hasn't had an allergic reaction like that since like 4 months after we got married. That's how long it's been, 30-something years. So anyway, brother-in-law, Jeff, Deb's husband, is coming, and he's into bees now. Since my daddy's not into them, he is into them. And he's gotten several hives up this year. And he's going to come, put his suit on, and go down there and assess what the problem is, because they're all up in his trencher. So we definitely, he needs to get those out because he wants to work on it and get his trencher running. It's an old trencher, and it hadn't been running in years. It's one of those things he just couldn't part with because it was something him and a friend, Nat Robertson, had bought years ago, and he's long passed away. And it's just something he couldn't part with. It was kind of a heart thing. So anyway, they're going to assess that, and so we might get a videotape of them looking at those bees and seeing what's up. So we'll holler back at you later on today maybe. And God bless you until next time. And thanks again for subscribing to our channel here at Laster Farm. We'll catch you later. Bye.